Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham. Alongside Jim Hardy, we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Give us a call, 256-234-6221. Let us know what's on your mind. If you got any thoughts about any of the things that we talk about, or if you got a new subject you'd like to bring up, by all means, get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. If you don't want to call, you can always check us out on our YouTube page or our Facebook page and comment away on those. Just go to the Auburn Blitz and subscribe to those pages, and we would really appreciate it. We're building up those subscriptions more and more each day, and more people consuming our content. Thank you so much for all of you out there online who do that as well. Lot to talk about today. Of course, Auburn with another victory over Georgia. This one got a little hairy too. The last two road games have been pretty interesting. Auburn built a lead in this one, but it evaporated in the second half, and it seemed like the game that would never end there toward the close of that one. We'll talk about that a little bit. But Auburn does get to win 70-68, the only undefeated team in conference play still, the Auburn Tigers. So we'll see how long they can maintain that. Auburn kind of gets a week off here. They can they don't have a midweek game, but they'll take on the Tennessee Volunteers on the 25th on Saturday. That should be a very interesting game. Game day will be in Neville Arena to start the day. We'll see how that game progresses, but will John I. Broome be able to be back for that game? Will he be out yet again? We'll see. But some interesting scores around the SEC as well. We'll talk about some of those. The national championship game tonight, Ohio State and Notre Dame. We'll break that game down a little bit and talk about it a little bit. And again, as always, we'll take your phone calls and your comments. It is January the 20th. It's Martin Luther King Day. It's an important day, across the country. It's also Inauguration Day. And apparently it's Liberation Day, according to the new and old President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Did you catch the inauguration?
I did. I wanted to make it a point to watch that, and he was pretty inspiring.
Somewhat historic, yeah, definitely.
If he can, they're all politicians. They're all going to tell you what you want to hear.
Of course.
If he can back up what he's saying, I'm all in.
Sure, yeah. I mean, how many have ever backed up what they've actually said?
Right.
That's the case. But yeah, if nothing else, it's an historic day.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, because you could feel the way he's trying to build this economy, the trickle effect all the way down into what we do as far as these kids and making more money with NIL, and there's going to be more dollars on the table for them to be able to get.
Hopefully so. Hopefully there's more dollars for everybody to get.
Well, we all don't.
I love the external revenue service.
Exactly.
That would be nice.
That was the one thing that I was thinking would be pretty awesome, was the external, to where it would not be, I don't know what you want to call it. You would not sit there and fool around with filling out taxes every year.
Yeah.
You pretty well we're going to get our money from somewhere else. You get to keep your dollars.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
What a novel. Now, granted, look, I mean, we all have to chip in to make this kind of republic work.
Right.
But if you could keep the majority of your money and
well, yeah.
I mean that would
yeah, because you look at
what a
any
novel concept.
any check anybody gets now from somebody, a minimum wage all the way up. Look at how much numbers come out, go to the federal government, go to the state, go to. I mean, if you kept all that, you're talking about some people make some moves.
That's for sure.
You'd basically allow a lot of people a lot of freedom to go on more vacations, to enjoy their life, and just the overall quality of life.
Yeah, we were talking about, though, the beginning of the show. I mean, before we started the show, I mean, it's amazing, and it's been like this forever. You know, well, I mean, I say forever. It's been like this for 250 years almost. But the United States, when I don't know when they started doing official inauguration ceremonies. I'd have to go back and look, but you know, ever since then, we always talk about this peaceful transfer of power, and it is, and it's you know, it's that's kind of one of the things that separates the United States from everybody else. But part of that is the outgoing administration. When you lose the election, man, you just got to sit there and take it. I mean, because he's going to say, and basically the people have voted you out,
right,
and voted somebody else in, so it's legitimate. But man, I mean, that's the most uncomfortable. Now, does Biden even know where he is? Probably not.
That's what I was about.
But everybody else up there, I mean, poor Kamala Harris. For the first time, I kind of felt sorry for her. Well, I mean, because I mean,
she to me, and looking at it from an outsider looking in, she was in an environment that Joe was checked out a long time ago. He's got other people running the country, and she just happened to be the doormat in the way that she took a lot of these things, you know, on the way through. But I mean, it's what you said. The biggest word's humbling for that administration. Then when you see this blanket now that they've laid out of pardons on his last day, that they blanketed and pardoned everybody that was involved in the January 6th, everybody, Fauci, all the COVID stuff, everything, all of a sudden, all that, he said he was going to protect no one. Now he's protecting everybody on his last day out. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I don't think there's any doubt he's going to end up writing the most pardons of any president in history.
There's no, and now Donald may one up him, because on Joe's first day, you know, he wrote the most executive orders in one day. I think today Donald's fixing to tear that apart.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
He may set new numbers that we've never even heard of.
That's true.
I mean, he's so excited about signing papers, he's ready to go.
Yeah, well, that pen's he's going to need some new ink.
He may need several pens to get through what he's going through.
But yeah, we got a new president, so it's a new day in the United States for sure.
And now, here's the question. With a president with a mindset like he is for economy and trying to get the country back into shape, does he, now that we're get back on the focus and doing a sports show, does he focus on this and help rein some of this in, this NIL, this money that's just floating everywhere?
That's a good question. I mean, well, you've got, you know, a House majority, you know, for the Republicans.
Right.
And that's, you know, Tommy Tuberville, I think he's already put some legislation in.
He's leading the charge.
Yeah. So, you know, can it get done? Let's just say this. I mean, 4 years from now, are we looking back and saying, boy, it was, you know, they really got a hold of college football because it was just completely careening out of control. And this was the, you know, 2025 was the year that it got reined back in, and we all kind of, we got back on the, you know, at least in the guardrails.
Speaking of that very thing, Carson Beck that went to the University of Miami, it finally came out yesterday of his official numbers.
Okay.
$9.5 million for 12 months. That is ridiculous for a college kid to play football. Between now, that's endorsements, the companies that are going to give him money, the cane money they got, you know, in their little NIL program, but $9.5 million. Well,
how much is Miami giving him?
Well, that's what
did it have it broken down?
No, it didn't. That was the official number per source that knew all the information. I'll show it to you in the break, but it's
$9 million.
$9.5 million. Yes. With all endorsements from companies and everything wrapped into one bundle. I don't even know how. I mean, we got a heck of a deal for $2 million to get our quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Hugh Freeze looks like a
genius.
Yeah, maybe a marketing genius.
Maybe it's the guy he hired in the back. I'm trying to think of his name. Will, is it Redmond?
Us. Brought in from LSU?
Yes, he may be the genius in the group.
He may
because
be.
if he sits there all day and studies these things and looks at the numbers, he goes, hey, if we jump in on the quarterback early in this portal, then some of these guys that are in these playoffs that are getting out toward the end, they're going to demand more money on the back end.
Well, now, I mean, it's not just, it's not just about money. It's about value.
Correct.
I mean, that's what you got to think about now.
Well, and for those,
what are you getting for your money?
That's what I was about to say. For those companies that are down there in Miami and putting their dollars on his back, he's dating one of the Cavender twins, so they're going to get a great social media, presence out there every day. They're going to be making videos. They're going to be living the high lifestyle, and they're hoping all these kids jump on board and say, "Yeah, I want to be like."
Wasn't he the one already driving the Lamborghini?
Yes, at Georgia.
At Georgia?
Correct. Yeah. It's just amazing to me that the numbers. That's why I say somebody's got to rein it in.
It used to, you would pay that kind of money for a great quarterback.
Sure.
He's not. I mean, he's a
quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
A quarterback in the NFL that had been there 5, 6, 7 years and proven themselves. These guys like him that are not even there yet, making $9 million. You got quarterbacks that don't get that. I think the NFL explained it good the other day. It's usually your second to third contract when you start making that $5, $7, $8 million a year.
Well, I'm just talking about college. I mean, Cam Newton, would he be worth that? Yeah.
Sure. After the fact, not coming from Blinn College.
But not coming from Blinn.
Because supposedly, if it it was all true, there was $180,000 in a bag for Cam. If that was the true deal
of the century.
Auburn needs to just sit back and go, buddy, they will never outdo what we do.
That's for sure. We're up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice of brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off, or 0% financing plus no payments till springtime. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation for air that's fresh and clean and hopefully warm.
Tonight.
Call Sensagreen. Going to be a little cool here.
Put your phone on speed
here.
dial for Sensagreen the next couple of days.
No doubt about it. Also, Russell Do It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out.
And when your
Russell Do It
cold
Center
weather goes
today.
by and your faucets bust on you, visit Russell. And
Visit Russell.
Get you
They
some
got
new faucets.
Get you some fixtures and to repair the pipes that burst. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, because when those pipes burst, you're probably going to have to dig to get to the whole repair.
He's the man that can fix it all.
Absolutely.
Little or big, as you say. Small jobs or big
small
jobs.
big jobs, commercial or residential, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Mike says, are we going to build a snowman tomorrow?
No.
I hope so.
Mike, I'd love to, but other models keep saying we're going to get about half an inch. So maybe you can roll up enough of that to get a snowman.
Half an inch?
Yeah.
Can we not get 3 inches out of this?
So far, a week ago, we were on the line to where I literally left my house and went about 45 minutes north of me going to get somebody. And when I went to go there, literally when I got to them, there was like a line somebody drew with a marker that was all snow all the way up from us down. There was nothing.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I suspect this time is we're going to be on the line one way or the other, whether we're the last ones to get a little bit or get nothing.
Well, the oddity of that this time, we may be the farthest north.
Correct.
Whereas we were the farthest south.
South, that's right.
Last time.
Yeah,
so,
we're on the line at both times.
Yeah, that's weird. Ty says, I was watching the show last night out of Birmingham. They was talking about Auburn basketball. They predict Auburn will be 11-0 when they go to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama. Okay, so that means you bring that up, Ty. We got Tennessee Saturday at LSU. LSU
I could see
is
that.
12-6, 1-4 in the league right now.
I can see you pick that game up.
At Ole Miss, Ole Miss is 15-3, 4-1. Their only loss to Mississippi State this weekend, 84-81 to at Mississippi State. Oklahoma at home, you would expect to win that one. At Florida at home. That's going to be really tough, but it is at home, so you would you would feel good about that. And Vanderbilt at home. You get a 3-game home streak here.
That one just came a little more interesting.
And then you go to Alabama, I believe.
Yes. Yeah,
so,
that's a tough. I'd love it for it to happen that way, but that's a tough stretch.
That is.
If you're gonna even at home, if you're gonna overtake Tennessee and Florida, you've really put something together.
You got Tennessee and Florida at home, and Ole Miss on the road. Not to mention at LSU, Oklahoma, and Vanderbilt.
And here's the other dynamics of that. Where in that section of games does Janiah come back? Does he not come back? When he comes back, is he rusty? And our offense is a little off because he's rusty.
You take him out for a little. You get you used to not playing or him not playing, yeah, you got to kind of.
Yeah, get him back in.
Yeah. So.
And I don't think you can just bring the first day back in. You're not going to see Janai play 25 minutes. I just don't see it.
Right.
I think they ease him back in, let him play a few minutes, and then bring him out and back. Put him in situations where he's comfortable with it. Because you don't want to take the chance of losing a ball game because you're trying to get him, allowing him to miss a bunch of shots just because he's not in the groove.
It's certainly possible. Don't get me wrong. But, again, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Florida that's a lot to ask, especially if he's not back, for sure. But let's say he comes back and he's 100%. Playing against Tennessee, then hey.
I don't think nobody's immune then. We should beat them all.
Yeah. We'll see. But, that's –
because they've proven now –
it's a bold prediction.
We've put enough resume together on game after game now of playing the games where we don't shoot as well when we're shooting scoring in the high 60s, low 70s points-wise. We can still play good enough defense to beat you.
Yeah.
We're going to keep you in those 60s points. Can we score more than 60? Because if we do, like we were doing in the first half of the Georgia game, we'll just blow you out. That's the thing, and you tell me if I'm missing it here, but I watched the Georgia game, and it looks like to me, I used the old expression, somebody else we were talking about it while the game was going on, the old cat and mouse game. Like a cat, if you put a live mouse out here on this floor, they love to chase them and beat on them and whatever. The minute that mice rolls over and gives up, the cat don't want to play no more.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that's what we're doing. Like we blow somebody out and then we're like, oh, okay, we'll go back to this one-on-one basketball, this AAU stuff. We'll just go dunk or we'll go shoot. We'll go do whatever.
I think we'll go to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro hotline for the first time today and welcome in PJ. PJ, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, how y'all doing, fellas? Love the show.
I appreciate you. Come on, what you got today?
Hey, I was gonna get your take on Auburn basketball. Like when Schumer, when we made that run in 2019 to the Final Four, and I think we would have won it. But what you think? What's the difference in losing Janai Broome? Do you think? Kiki was the best player on the team, and do you think we can win like that without Janai Broome?
That's a great question. Well, one was, it was only 2 games without Okiki. We're going to have to play.
It was around Elite Eight, Final Four.
Yeah, I think it was the Elite Eight game. I believe that he got, or maybe it was the game before. Sweet 16 or Elite Eight, one or the other. Yeah, having to go through the entire, basically regular season here. Well, we're not going to have to go through that whole stretch without Janai, certainly, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. I think we depend on maybe Janai Broome a little bit more since he's that middle piece in the, and he's been leading the team in points. It seemed like Okiki had just kind of ascended to that role about late in the season, and we still had the Bryce Brown and several other guys that were doing a lot of the scoring.
Right. Yeah. But do you think what's our point guard name right now? What's his name? The freshman, the point guard.
Oh yeah, Pettiford.
Yeah. Do you who? I'm gonna get your opinion. Who you think the better point guard? I mean, I know he's a freshman though, but who out of that Final Four run? What was the point guard name we had? You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
It was
Jared.
Was it
Jared Harper.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Harper.
Yeah. Who you think the better point guard?
I think as a senior or a junior, whatever he was before he left, Harper was probably better. But, just comparing him to a true freshman, I think.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
I think Pettiford is going to be. He may be, one of the best basketball players we've ever produced. He is that. He's got that kind of moxie.
And I didn't mean to cut you off, but both of them can jump too. Did you see that dunk he had, that windmill dunk about 2 weeks ago?
I did. Yeah, I was not prepared for that.
I didn't know he was jumping like that.
I did not either. I had not seen that up to that point for sure.
I had neither. I didn't know he was jumping with that. But my main question with Okeke and Brown, I think my opinion with Kiki and Brown, the player we got out right now, but I think he had a better backup than I think Okeke had his backup was better than Janelle Brown. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Certainly if we're going to put now Dylan Cardwell slides down into that role and he plays, but he doesn't give you near the offense that Broom does, for sure.
Right. Cause Broom had what was the other shooter name besides Jared Harper?
Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown.
Brown, wasn't it? And
yeah.
We had the big dude down low too from Alabama. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. His name escapes me at the moment. But
yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though. But I think that team is better than we losing Janelle Brown and Kiki. Do you think?
Yeah, PJ, we're gonna have to run. I got to go to a commercial break.
Okay.
All right,
love the show, guys.
Yes,
Thank
sir. I answer that on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Sorry to cut you off, PJ. We got to pay the bills around here. But Austin Wiley was the name I couldn't come up with.
Oh, very good player. And
yeah.
I do, to pipe in on what you two guys were discussing on there.
For that one, by the
the major factor that you got to have, and it's been proven in the last 10 years of winning championships, that big man, the big important person in your team's got to be playing. Even look at the games last year when you went down to the Final Four and you got down to the Final Two. Purdue's big man was right there, and UConn had the big man on the floor.
Yeah.
Can Auburn still win without Broome in there? It's an iffy. Like, it's a 50-50 because you're really going to have to shoot the ball well. But Broome in there, that provides a whole other presence where they got to collapse down on him, give you some open shots on the outside. If they cover the outside like Pettiford, then you can dump it down in there to him, and he's got it. I mean, Purdue showed it really well last year, how to play that game.
No doubt. You saw, though, Saturday, the difference between an Auburn team with Janai Broome and an Auburn team without him.
That's good.
Auburn shot 39% from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But they shot 43% from the three-point. They hit 10 threes. That was the reason they won the game, because they outshot Georgia 10. They made 10 threes. Georgia only made 7 threes. Georgia actually shot the ball better, made more shots. They made 26 shots to Auburn's 24 shots.
So it sounds to me then the game plan was to keep them off of the three-point line and let them have the two-pointers. We're good with it.
Yeah.
Play defense to make them shoot inside.
34 points in the paint for Georgia, only 24 points in the paint for Auburn. That number's usually reversed.
Yes.
When Janai Broome is in the game.
That tells you the story.
So, they did some good things. Georgia did, especially in the second half of that game, and Auburn just, Auburn only had 7 assists, and they had 11 turnovers. That again, that number. I mean, Auburn comes in usually averaging, I think, 14 or 15 assists a game, and they only had 7 in this game. The Auburn's 2 point guards, Denver Jones and Pettiford, together had 2 assists.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not Auburn basketball.
That can't happen.
And again, you only got 2 points out of Cheney Johnson. That was the one that I think that was the biggest piece.
But if I remember correctly, that he really helped us. He had 8 or 10 rebounds, I think. How many?
He had 7. I
okay.
think.
So that
6 or 7.
You've got to have the piece in there for him to be able to be that influencer to get you that ball. Now, granted, yes, he's got to shoot better. When he gets an opportunity, he's got to. Now, I'd love to know if those rebounds he picked up were offensive or defensive. To know if he had a chance to put them back.
Yeah, Auburn with 15 offensive rebounds. In the game too. That helped a big amount. And I'll be honest with you, some of it was just bad luck.
Right.
I bet Auburn missed 10 bunnies. I mean, just 2-footers.
Right.
They just could not seem to get one to go. Chad Baker-Mazara had several rim out. And I'm not talking about threes. I'm talking about, putbacks.
Mm-hmm.
We just could not seem to. There was a lid on the rim for a while.
Doesn't that make you, for this team, doesn't that make you feel better that you can make those mistakes and still overcome them?
Yes.
That's a sign of a chance that the team's got a chance to make a big run.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining by any means.
If those, like you're talking about, are falling like they did in the first half, that Georgia game's a blowout.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Auburn had gotten it to 17.
17, that's what
at
I
one
saw.
time.
Yep.
And so, but the way that thing ended, though, good grief, that was kind of bizarro world.
A mess.
What it turned into. Auburn's got to get better at closing out games. Let's say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bruce would say that. I think the team would say that. They just need to get better at closing out games.
I'm thankful that we've got a coach with the great experience that he's got, because he put us in positions with the game on the line to keep it from getting out of hand. Like he's not going to let them lose one of these games by a few points on a coaching mistake.
Yeah.
He had them in the right defense for him.
We get another break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these important messages.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone, 256-750-0381, or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com, and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Sentricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. I always like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Wonderful place to have some great food in the Auburn or Montgomery area. Auburn's got a new location there on East Glen, fairly new anyway. Tremendous selection of steaks, ribs, steak burgers, Kaneka burgers.
You know, everybody's rushing out to get the old eggs and bread because of the cold weather. I say rush out and get you a steak and some wine from Pepper Tree.
That's something you just throw on the grill. Easy. You cook that anytime.
If you're going to stay in, might as well stay in with wine and a steak.
You might as well. Got a tremendous, probably the best selection of wine there in the Auburn area. Go and check them out today. They got daily lunch specials as well. Check their website out, steaksinwine.com. That's just the letter N, steaksinwine.com. Daily lunch specials, tremendous food, tremendous people. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Go and check them out. Let's go back to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro Hotline. Catch back up with PJ. How's it going?
How you doing, guys? Well, I love y'all show, brother. I had called in earlier, and I forgot a question I was going to ask when I was watching the game Saturday. And I like to compare players with Auburn basketball, football, whatever. And Pettiford, in my head, I had went with Damon Stoudemire, Nick Van Exel, but the commentator said poor man Kenny Anderson, and I think that was a good comparison right there, and I was just going to get y'all take on that, fellas. Thank y'all.
Yeah, appreciate the phone. Yeah, I love the left-handed comparison, Nick Van Exel. That one actually I like. Man, you go back a little ways, Kenny Anderson. Kenny was really good with the nets, if I remember. He's got a little ways to go, as far as getting to the hoop with those guys. But the three-point shot, man, it's already there. I'd love to see. He's a true freshman, so he's making some sloppy passes. He's turning the ball over a little bit more than I would like to see. But nonetheless, hey, he is a fantastic freshman. He's one of the best true freshmen I think I can ever remember at Auburn in the last 20 years for sure. It's just that mentality that he goes to the free throw line when the game's on the line, and it's, he did miss one down the stretch here. I think it was maybe it was the front of a 1-and-1. but just ice in the veins, and that's the kind of guy you want, and that's going to pay dividends. The work he's putting in this year and the experience he's getting this year, it's going to help this team maybe win a national title. I would love to see it, make a Final Four if nothing else. But next year, if he'll come back, he and Ja'Kai Howard are going to be about. He and Ja'Kai Howard may be the only two coming back. We did get, some great news that one thing that Diego Pavia lawsuit's going to help. Chad Baker-Mazara. Mm-hmm. He's going to get some extra eligibility with that time he spent in junior college. So I think that's right. So he could come back. That would be really huge for the team coming back next year, just projecting forward. But we'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, great comparison. Nick Van Exel, Kenny Anderson, just to have somebody of that caliber at the point guard position, that's huge for this team moving forward for sure. And he plays pretty good defense too. That's unusual for a guy as young as he is. Any thoughts on Pettiford?
Other than what we covered earlier in the show, I would love to see the assist side of it pick up. Yeah. That shows me right now he's playing as a freshman. They're more, I don't know, I shouldn't say selfish, but they're more ready to put the shot up for themselves than looking for other people. I'd love to see him back in our era of the day. I'd love to see the Doc Robinson come out of him that facilitates it to everybody, gets it to the Pullmans and the Porters, and let them take their shot.
Yeah, I thought about. it is getting to that point. He's. I thought about that during the game. That word crept into my mind. I was thinking a little bit selfish here. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see him get some more guys involved and get the flow of the offense. Instead of just coming down and just dribbling around and I think jacking one up.
That's what we talked about earlier in it. Or I brought it up earlier. Is when we get into these leads. It's like we go into that selfish mode to where he just goes down there and jacks it up instead of looking and keep that lead we got and facilitate it, run the clock, make good quality shots, and they're going to fall.
Yeah. We got one more segment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Senza Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. We're talking about the national championship game, Ohio State and Notre Dame. Some interesting matchups here. Ohio State, one of the best defenses in the country. In fact, the number one defense, only giving up 251 yards, but only giving up 90 or basically 90 yards rushing per game. Notre Dame wants to run the ball. They're one of the best at running the ball. 210 yards, 211 yards a game rushing. So there's your big matchup. If Notre Dame can establish the run, they got a great chance with this game with Riley Leonard back there at quarterback. If they cannot run the ball, they're in trouble. Big trouble.
Yes.
Some of the other matchups, Ohio State likes to. They're one of the better throwing the football. 169.95 passing efficiency. That's number 3 in the country. Notre Dame, number 1 in pass efficiency defense at 99.5. So, again, there's your great matchup. Both of these teams are 1 and 2 in points given up. Ohio State only gives up 12.2 points a game. Notre Dame only gives up 14.3 points per game. Notre Dame, a little bit better on third down. They are a little bit better converting third down, a little bit better. No, I'm sorry, they're just right behind. I mean, they're the same, both on converting. Notre Dame a little bit better at preventing third downs at less than 30%. So some interesting, matchups here when it comes down to it. Notre Dame has the X factor. They have the great equalizer. They are number 1 in the country in takeaways. 32 turnovers forced this year, number 1 in the country. So when all else fails, if If they can't run the ball, they can still turn you over, and that could be the difference in this game.
Oh, yeah, there's no question. Just like Auburn learned as we come to the close of college football tonight for a year, that's what Auburn learned all year is turnovers killed you.
Yes. They were unfortunately on the other side of that.
Yeah.
All right, so who you like?
Well, I mean, I was having some sentimental moments trying to lean to the underdog, but you gave me all those numbers, kind of like made me think, well, gosh, I'd be a fool to pick them, you know. But I don't know. I'm a Riley Leonard fan. I've really watched him and how he's played the game, and I got to hear an interview from him last night. I think it was in Atlanta. He was doing somebody. And he said, man, I just love old school football. He said that if a linebacker comes up and hits me and think they've done something, he said, that's what jacks me up. He's like, I want to go get contact. He's like, and then even more, if my linemen start jawing with the defensive lineman and I hear it, he's like, buddy, I'm ready to get in there with them.
Yeah.
And that's the part I love. Now, yes, if we take statistical pieces of paperwork and look at it and all the numbers say there's no way in hell, if I right there took that as a coach and put those two together and combined it, every gut in me says Notre Dame may not score a point tonight. Yeah. Because everything they do good, Ohio State does it well too. They shut it down. If you're going to run the ball, Ohio State can stop it. Now, obviously, there's ways of putting more people in the box or on the line and shifting people around to get yourself some running room. But, I mean, I'm going to go with Notre Dame just because I love the underdog. I think it's like an 8.5 point game right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough one for Notre Dame, an uphill kind of game. But when you've got the quarterback, you've got a bunch of underdog players that are out there. It kind of reminds me of the old Notre Dame when Alabama played them. You know, they were all hoping and wishing out there, but the wish didn't turn out well. Notre Dame's highest rated player, you know where he's at? He's their coach on their team. Highest player that ever came through. It was like a 4+ star. Their head coach was.
Really?
Yes, higher than any player that they have on the team. So when you have a guy like that that's gritty and gutty and gets out there and plays to motivate you, I see why these kids are playing so hard. Now, can an overall 2.5, 3-star team overcome all these 4 and 5 stars Ohio State's got? You're about to find out.
We're about to find out for sure.
Yeah.
Well, they've gotten this far.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it hasn't been on smoke and mirrors.
No,
I mean,
they've had some opportunities. Now, the one outlier that throws you out there, the Northern Illinois, they lost to them early in the season, and you're like, this is the Notre Dame we know of.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Notre Dame when Brian Kelly coached it, the big game, losers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they've stuck their nose in there the rest of the year, and they've won ball games. However, they had to win them. I mean, they beat Georgia, and Georgia beat a lot of good teams in the SEC.
Yes, they did, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, Georgia was in their backup quarterback.
Sure.
They will have their starter.
Correct.
But, hey, Notre Dame, can they run a kickoff back for a touchdown? Special teams.
That's the other outside of it that you
are
could
two
see
big
happen
factors.
in this game is if you start seeing things abnormal. If you see Notre Dame run a trick play or two or do something funky on a special teams like fake a punt or something, then that's when you let you know in their mind, okay, we can't beat them straight up.
Riley Leonard's been a little bit loose with the ball.
Yeah.
He's thrown a couple of picks. Notre Dame has turned the ball over here in the playoffs a little bit. If they do that tonight, it's going to get ugly.
It could. Now, that's the other catch to this one is if Ohio let them stay close, then I think Notre Dame's going to fight to the end and have a chance. If they don't, if they stretch this thing out 14-17 pretty quick, I think it could turn into a blowout.
Give me a score.
20. If Notre Dame is going to be your champion, it is going to be 24-21.
I'm going to say Ohio State 31-17.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds very right.
Well, I'm hoping for a good game.
Yeah.
To
close out the college football season, we've all loved it and followed it all year long, and we sure all wished Auburn was there.
Yeah.
But, we as college football fans just love to watch the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, I like watching games when Auburn's not involved because
takes pressure off.
Much less. It's much more enjoyable. I'm not so, not so filled with angst.
Oh yeah,
the whole game.
Yeah,
every single play.
It's not going to hurt me who wins either way, but I'm kind of hoping for the luck of the Irish.
Yeah, it wouldn't. To me, it wouldn't bother me. That's fine. Alabama fans seem to hate Notre Dame. I don't have that hate for them like they do for sure.
No.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He's Jim. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.